Part of the fun of being an art historian is that you're laying the foundation of the stories that people may tell for centuries to come. I'm Naomi Beckwith. I am the Deputy Director, and Jennifer and David Stockman, Chief Curator at the Solomon Art Guggenheim Museum in New York. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, which was an area absolutely rich in art and culture, but especially Black art history and culture. I grew up 1 block away from the DuSable Museum of African American Art and History. But I also had this amazing moment and experience with the artist Mark Dion, who'd been invited to come to Chicago and do a project around sciences and the art. And that kicked off my real interest in contemporary art and the ways in which it can be a conduit to any field. I feel like my job is to triangulate between 3 things: the artist, the object, and an audience. And those things aren't the same thing, they aren't equivalent, they can't be substituted for each other, but they all at some point have to talk to each other. I think the best thing a curator can do is create context. And in that context, create new stories to say, maybe we should look a little bit to the left of that artist and see other artists, other ways of working. Maybe we could look a little bit to the right and see the generations that came after, who had been influenced by whom, that we didn't quite connect before. For me as a curator, it's not just important to have a project of inclusion around art history, which is to say, just to have more Black artists included in art history or more Black objects spoken about inside institutions, which, yes, that needs to happen. But it is also important to really work through the ideas of art and art history through Black thought. When you're starting out in this field as a baby curator, there are a handful of iconic Black curators that you look toward. People like Lowry Stokes Sims, Thelma Golden, but there's absolutely no way to work around the legacy of David Driskell. He left the example of how to recast history. Not just art history, but really talk about the arc of time and the ways in which Black people are so often excluded from historical stories that we need to go back and resurface that presence. When I got this call from Rand Suffolk about being the latest Driskell Prize honoree, I really thought it's wonderful always to be admired by peers or acknowledged by peers, whoever they may be in the field. You know, you sit and you go to the dinners and it's all quite lovely. But when you understand that your people see you, that is the biggest honor. Black people are critical, as they should be. Black people can be cynical, as they should be. Black people keep their eye on you and they want you, as they should be, because they care. And to understand that I have been on the receiving end of amazing care, and to be acknowledged by someone who's a tough critic and who understands the work that needs to be done and who says kudos for doing the work means everything. And I just remain eternally grateful to everyone who's come before me, including my family, that first taught me to love art and art history and love myself in order to do the work that I do.